Now onto the top arms. So I got these from Huddersfield Mini Spares. It's a reconditioned pair. I'll be honest with you, I'm not massively happy with the condition of them when they came. Yes, they were reconditioned, yes they were covered in black, but there was a lot of rust underneath the paintwork. So what I've done, I've stripped them back down, I've mashed up the bearings, which I've had to clear out because there's a lot of grit in them. I've taken out the grease nipple and put a bolt in each one of them, and I'm giving them a heavy layer of zinc primer. So I'm going to let that bake into glorious sunshine heat, and then I'm going to paint them black. So stand by. Okay, onto the subframe. So I've had all this powder coated by Andy at Powder Coat Shropshire, and I'm using Dynex S50, which I use on all the cars anyway, and I've just been pumping it into all the tiny little orifices in it and inside the cones, basically trying to keep longevity to this as much as possible. Beauty of this, these are now dry. I've got the pins, the lower arms, got the bump stops, and most importantly a Mini Spares delivery. So these are the new Evo cones. So 4 of those for the van because the old ones are knackered. They're quite cool though. These should be inner CVs. Yep, there you are. So I'll build up the CVs some other time. I've got 4 knuckles, lower arm bushes, and these should be, he says hopefully, lower arms. Yep, 2 adjustable lower arms. So, slow build up on the subframe then this afternoon. This is going to be fun. So there she is, a bit covered in dust at the moment. We had a rain last night and I covered it up, but the wind's thrown a load of crap on it. So the brake line's on. This is a Hell brake line. I'm in 2 minds about that at the moment, but it should go in quite nicely. I am happy there's no kinks or there's no stretches in there. That it does look quite taut, but it's actually quite loose. I did a bit of fettling on the tie bars. These are the ones you can get from Mini Spares, but I've had them powder coated black. They're both equal length now, so that should be our read. I haven't put the hubs in just yet because I want to build the CVs and put them in, and then I can put the hubs in with the new brakes, which I need to show you guys as well. But apart from that, really chuffed with it, and it is ready to go in. A few bits on the workbench I'll show you. So the the dry flanges, they're going to go for blasting. I've taken the studs out. They're at the moment in a de-rust solution in the kitchen. I've taken the shifter housing apart, so you can see it's all a bit corroded. Giving them a bit of a clean in the old little parts washer, so they'll need a bit of attention. So with the housing as well, it needs a bit of a blast, so I'll take this off for blasting to make it all clear. The hubs are from Felix, so I will give them a bit more of a clean, but I did test the new brakes inside to put the inner CV in. I'm not going to bother painting these because you're not going to see it, and again the car's not concourse, so I'm not actually that fussed when it comes to that. Over here I've got the new brakes. So in here are the discs, they're 7.9 inch vented from CAD, so these are the new alloy calipers. Really happy with them, with Mintex 1144 pads as well. So it's all coming together, slow progress, but stay with me, and next week we get this painted finally. The advantage of YouTube for you guys is it's seconds for updates, but days and weeks for me. So I've cleaned the garage out a bit, pushed the van out, had Dean come over the other day and he said, can you put another layer of high build primer on? So that's what I've done. I've mashed a bit up, although he's going to be covering the entire car. Made some room for him as well to get by, but the beauty of this garage is I can move it left or right depending on what he really wants to do. So yeah, Dean will be here soon. And there we have it. Really happy with the outcome, and it's no longer in primer, so it has to be better. Part underneath that, I did spray that with rattle can, and I'll touch up some areas, but as I said previously, that's going to have heat-proof material on it. It is and looks slightly darker than the rest of the car. Now, back in the day, I used to have a Rover 214, the R8, so the square shaped car, and that was more that colour than it was that colour. So from day to day and for different mixes, they are going to be slightly different colours. Also, the door on this, as well as the bonnet, are slightly different shades to this, so it is a bit of a hodgepodge, but eventually the car will be completely repainted in LVD, but for the time being, absolutely fine. Dean's told me to leave it for a week before I start building again, so I can't get the subframe in just yet, but there's a few other pieces I need to get on with in the meantime. Mainly, if you can see down here, I need to paint the wheel arch where the rusty water's got onto it, so I'll sort that, as well as the track rod ends of the steering rack, so I can crack on with that and potentially sort out the brake piping and the fuel pipe as well. I'll clean up the front end, get rid of some corrosion, and start machine polishing here, which I've never managed to get to in any time. So yeah, that is the start of the rebuild and getting it all back together. So once again, thanks for sticking with me on this, guys, and I shall see you in the next one.